Chainsaw Man Chapter 98 features a girl using a spinal cord as a sword. Yep, you heard it right. A freaking spinal cord. Stick around for more. Ayush from Culture Mania here, and this is Chapter 98 of Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is a peculiar series because you can never pinpoint an actual genre for this series. Is it a comedy? Is it a battle manga? Or maybe a love story? Surely it's a horror manga, or is it a character driven drama? It's actually all of the above. While reading Chainsaw Man, there is a fucked up nightmare logic permeating throughout the manga, which dominates throughout the world of Chainsaw Man. Naturally, a continuation or sequel of such a series garners huge expectation from fans. And 99% of time, expectations produce shit results. The first chapter of part 2 doesn't disappoint at all. By the way, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, like after watching the video, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you don't miss my future content. With this, let's get started. Chapter 98 begins with a classroom being introduced to the chicken devil called Bucky. I'm actually surprised that a chicken devil actually exists. This implies there are people who are actually afraid of chicken. These people definitely haven't had a good childhood. I can only imagine the horrors. Anyway, the teachers declared the chicken shall be killed in 3 months, so that the students may learn the importance of life. This is profoundly fucked up, but like I said before, nightmare logic. All the students are warming up to the chicken devil except for Asa Mitaka. She is our main character, but she is a lonely girl who is pretty jealous of her classmates and their ability to connect with each other. Me too, I relate to her. No doubt Denji is an awesome character, but he is someone I can't relate to. Except for the touching boob motivation, I can definitely relate to that. She has a disdain for devils, understandably so, because her parents were killed by one. Her name in Japanese means beauty or warhawks. Remember this reference? It will come in handy later. Anyway, she grudgingly tolerates Bucky and his god-awful chicken and egg puns. She hates the idea of sharing the classroom with a devil. After the 3 months are over, the date of execution draws near and she is excited to be rid of the devil. But the class decides not to kill the devil. This upsets her deeply. After that, the teacher urges her to play soccer with the rest of the class, to which she declines completely. At this point, the little devil calls her by her name and asks her to come play with them. This is an eye-opening moment for her, as nobody in her class apart from the teacher and the class president know her name. She is genuinely moved by this, as she realizes that she was deeply jealous of others socializing. As I said before, I understand this completely. The normies really pissed me off. At this point, I could feel that something fucked up was in store. I have read and reread Chainsaw Man enough times to understand that something crazy was on its way. The president calls for her to join them. As soon as she steps forward towards a life that may actually have a chance of being better, she trips with Bucky in her arms and she falls right on him. Here one of strengths of Fujimoto as author shines, as he just simply lets us and Asa live with the fact that she just killed the class mascot. With its insides out, we simply watch her and her classmates' reactions. No dialogue is required, as all can be inferred from their reactions. We see that she is not a bad girl, as she genuinely feels deep regret for what happened. She is thrust back into loneliness. After some time, while she is at home, the class press and the teacher visit her to cheer her up by visiting Bucky's grave. While going, she stops at a crossing cause of the traffic light. The teacher and press ask her about why she stopped, as the road is completely empty. When she explains her reason, the teacher agrees with her, but the press is visibly shaken. Okay, gore alert, at this point the manga goes completely batshit crazy and goes off the rails. Like the video if you think this is good content and subscribe to my channel. Okay, back to the manga. The class president is visibly disgusted by Asa and tells her that she is a goody two-shoes. She slowly reveals that Mr. Tanaka, the teacher, apologized to all the classmates on behalf of her, and it was Mr. Tanaka who told her to befriend Asa. She slowly starts to morph and transform. As her transformation edges towards completion, we found out that Mr. Tanaka has been having sex with the class president and has feelings for Asa. The class president made a contract with the Justice Devil to find out how to reach her happy ending with Mr. Tanaka. In classic Chainsaw Man fashion, her design is horrific and completely fucked up. Using the advice of the Justice Devil, the president had tripped Asa. This realization completely caught me off guard, and then I immediately turned my pages back. And you can see the class president standing at a position to trip her. She thanks Asa for teaching her how precious life is, which is ironic to say the least. As she is getting killed by the class president, she felt oddly relieved. Asa felt happy that she wasn't the one who killed Bucky, and she wasn't alone in feeling jealous. She felt happy that she wasn't alone, as everyone felt jealous of somebody. She also felt regret that if she'd known about this earlier, she would have had friends, maybe even a boyfriend. As pieces of her face lay down on the ground, she sees a pair of eyes in the shadow. A devil, which looked like an owl, looked down upon her and proposed her a deal. "If you want to live, your body shall be mine," said the devil. Suddenly she rose up completely healed as the president and Mr. Tanaka looked in disbelief. She ripped out Mr. Tanaka by her head, yelling, "Tanaka's spinal cord sword!" I have to say this was the most hilarious thing ever. And she introduces herself as the War Devil. Remember her name, which translates to Beauty or Warhawk? Beauty is definitely not the reference Fujimoto was going for. She immediately cuts off the press's hand and takes the hand and makes it into a hand grenade. She cuts the press in half and positions the teacher's head towards each other so that they kiss. Throws a grenade on them, turns around and praises herself for the happy ending she gave them. An explosion of gore and insides occurs as she, like a true badass, walks away from the explosion. I have seen many people walk away from an explosion, but an explosion of blood and insides? That's a first for me. While out walking away, she sees a Chainsaw Man poster and promises to make him vomit nuclear weapons back out. There are many parallels between this chapter and the first chapter, but there is a stark contrast between the protagonists of the story. Denji and Asa are very different, as Denji wanted simple pleasures while dying in the first chapter, whereas Asa wants a chance at a life where she wouldn't be lonely. Denji eventually became a relatively normal high schooler at the end of part 1. I'm excited to see where her character goes, but I know my excitement will be well met, as Fujimoto never disappoints my expectations. First of all, we don't even see Denji. There is just his name and his presence as a kind of superhero figure. He has become quite popular, it seems, as he has merchandise after his name and is considered a hero. Also, the War Devil is obviously one of the 4 Horsemen Devil. It seems that it has a history with the Chainsaw Devil, some kind of rivalry, or maybe an enmity. As we know that nuclear weapons don't exist in this world because Chainsaw Devil has eaten a nuclear weapon devil at some point, which only Maki must seem to remember. This suggests a relationship between a War Devil and the nuclear weapon devil, which is not too hard to imagine. I mean, war and nuclear weapons go hand in hand nowadays. Other than that, when we left off with Denji, he still didn't have a girlfriend. And well, Asa wants a boyfriend. I'm pretty sure that only the War Devil has perfect control over her body. We'll just have to wait and see if they can share the body or not. As for the powers of the War Devil, it seems to be creating a weapon out of anything. We saw her create a sword out of a spinal cord and a grenade out of flesh. This may not be the full extent of her powers. This is going to be so epic, and I'm sure Fujimoto will deliver. I can't wait for chapter 99 and the direction this amazing manga takes. If you enjoyed my content, press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that you don't miss my upcoming Boruto series review. This is Ayush signing out.